today on USOC Adventures TV. We are on a predator hunt at night with Joe Zafudo, owner of Night Eyes Lights. First, Joe will hunt red fox on the eastern shores of Maryland. Then, a few days later, he is hunting coyotes in central New York. Sit back, watch, and learn from one of the best predator hunters in the business. Keep it right here. Hello viewers, welcome to USOC Adventures TV. I am Dan Leonard. Folks, I'm standing here with Mr. Joe Zafudo. Joe is a professional predator hunter and he also owns Night Eyes Lights. Joe, tell us about the new product you're using that's working so well for you.
Our new GL300 gun light is very similar to our F6 series gun light. It's just slightly bigger and a lot brighter. It gives that extended range for those shots when those coyotes or fox just happen to hang up a little bit out of the 200-yard range where you need that little extra light to make a clean kill.
Now up first in the show, Joe's going to Maryland. He's going after red fox down there. After that, he's headed up here to upstate New York. He's going after coyotes. Stay tuned.
It's mid-December and my hunting partner and I, Ryan, are headed down to the eastern shores of Maryland for a 2-day fox hunt. The weather conditions is about 25 degrees with the wind about 5 to 10 miles an hour. On the eastern shores of Maryland, the red fox are very abundant, so we're expecting a lot of action and we're extremely excited for this hunt. On the first set of the night, it did not take long for eyes to show up. Matter of fact, we had eyes in 2 different directions. We were trying to get the camera focused on one set of eyes and then another set was spotted. Then we actually were able to just target one of the fox. And as we were targeting that fox, it started heading downwind. Unfortunately, it got our scent and then it started to take off in the other direction. But we were able to get it stopped by barking and howling. It just was too much for it. It had to turn around to see what was going on. And as soon as it turned around, Ryan made a great shot on that fox at about 160, 165 yards. Let's go up and see what we got. You'll notice that we did change the sounds, and we changed the sounds on our Fox Pro call. And that was because if one sound isn't working and they're starting to hang up on you a little bit and they're not coming in, it's a good thing just to change your sound up. Just give them something different to hear. And that sometimes makes all the difference, whether they're going to come in or just stay where they're at. Not a lot of target on that thing. A lot of fur, but not a lot of target to hit. So that was an excellent shot. I'm often asked, when do I transition from the headlamp to the gun light? Watch the video and you'll see exactly how I do it. All right, man, that was a great hunt. That was unbelievable. That thing came straight into us to about 40 yards. We barked, got it to stop, and made the shot on it. It turned out to be a really nice red.
USOC Adventures TV is brought to you in part by Cutmaster, Master Knife and Tool Makers, a manufacturer of these fine brands. Oswego County, New York. Visit Oswego County. All 4 seasons of great outdoors. By Clam, sets up in 45 seconds. No assembly required. Night Eyes Lights, the ultimate in predator hunting lights. MTR Custom Leather. Quality craftsmanship and American leather come together to create the perfect holster. Locksat, waterproof phone bag. Turn your smartphone into an underwater camera. Stanislavski Archery Release Aid, These archery releases are some of the finest available on the market today.
Patience. Don't let anything rattle you, such as distractions. Just stay focused on the hunt. On this particular set, a car approaches, but it's important to stay focused and keep that scan light on the predator, because that scan light is your camouflage, it is your concealment. They cannot see anything behind that light. These predators are used to these cars coming by. This is natural to them. If you have patience and you stay focused, there is a good chance, like in this particular case, it will pay off for you. Too often, hunters will make a kill and they'll go up and make their retrieval and they'll end their stand. That's not always a good thing to do. It wasn't a couple of seconds later, after I changed sounds and after Ryan made that kill, we saw another set of eyes, and we were able to go ahead and call that second fox in and make another shot. So we had 2 fox down in 1 set. Both of them were shot on the same stand about 2 minutes apart. We're going to go ahead and make a retrieval now and see what we got. Good shooting, Ryan.
Got them both back behind the shoulder. As you can see back behind us there, they were in an old sunflower field. So it was real exciting seeing their eyes coming back behind all the stalks and just waiting for that right moment for them to show themselves that we could make the shot on them. So we got both of them.
These Maryland Reds are seem like they're hot tonight and pretty hungry, so they're coming to the call. Night Eyes headlamps all have the orange peel reflectors in them, and what that does is it diffuses the beam slightly so it doesn't overpower the predator as it's approaching. But more importantly, what it does is spreads that light out on the sides. So basically you have a wall of light which is brighter in the center and it's not as bright on the edges, but anywhere behind that light, you as a hunter are camouflaged. You're hiding behind that wall of light and the predator can't see you. And with our HL50Q light, you have the added advantage of having the red light on and scanning with it. And then when you're going up for game recovery and looking for your predator, you just push the button and now you have white light. You can look for blood trail, or it makes the recovery of your predator a lot easier. All of the Night Eyes headlamps are completely adjustable in brightness. This particular headlamp has adjustability on the red beam and also on the white beam. There's 10 brightness levels on the red and 10 brightness levels on the white. And we at Night Eyes hunt at 40% to 50% brightness when we're scanning with the headlamp on the red beam, and you will be able to see eyes at well over 300 yards. On this next set, we saw a set of eyes coming in from about 350 yards, and as it was approaching, it was coming straight towards us. I kept the scan light focused right on that, and our scan light was only set at 40%, but we could still see the eyes, like I said, at 350 yards. And as it approached, that fox got conditioned to that lower intensity light. He got used to it. So then when we activate the gun light, he doesn't run. He keeps coming in. I'm able to turn on the gun light and look through the scope and positively identify that as a red fox. And then it just sits there, and as it sits down, I make a shot and get a good kill. We as predator hunters need to have multiple places to hunt because we're only set up for half an hour at each stand. And if you want to hunt all night, you're going to need at least 7 or 8 places. So what we should be doing is knocking on farmers' doors, ranchers' doors that have livestock. They want to protect their livestock. They don't want the predators there. So it is easier to gain access from those type of ranchers and farmers that have chickens, cattle, or waterfowl. On this particular hunt in this set, we were at a waterfowl hunting outfitter's place. And when he learned that we wanted to hunt predators on his property, he welcomed us with open arms. He was so excited that we were there to kind of put some predator control on his property and save his ducks and geese. This is probably one of the biggest reds I ever shot. It's a good size one. Nice looking red, still have hardly no fur damage, a 17 Hornet. Put the whammy to it, put it right down. Very little fur damage, as you can see. That's why I love this gun, for coyotes and for fox. It's and we're using it suppressed so it doesn't create a loud report, and you don't have to worry about too much of the farmers being disturbed in the middle of the night. So, number 7. When you're hunting at night, you never know what you're going to see. As we were walking into our stand, we actually came across something that I have never experienced before. It was a Maryland Sika deer buck. 5 minutes after the encounter with the Sika deer, we noticed a set of eyes approaching. It was probably 350 yards out when we first saw them, and as it came in, it was coming in fast, and you can see that it was angling to our right, which was downwind, trying to get our wind. But we were able to get it stopped, and Ryan made a great shot, about 150 yards.
Good shot.
I mistakenly turned on my gun light a little too early. What you need to do is have that scan light on that fox as long as possible so they get used to the dimmer light. But when you do something like that and you turn your gun light on too early, you can see in this video that I actually have the gun light slightly over top of the predator, in this case the fox. So I wasn't having the beam directly on him. And then when I felt that I was going to shoot, I lowered the gun light down and put it on my target, and then slowly took my time and made the shot. Nice looking red, a little small for here in Maryland, but a nice looking red nevertheless. Another chicken eater down. This is the last set of the night, and we were set up behind some chicken coops, and you can hear the fans in the background. The farmer was complaining that the fox were thick in this area, so we set up there and we switched. Ryan has the gun, I have the camera, and we're watching the red fox come in. He's angling downwind. As he was angling downwind, we got him to stop, and Ryan made the shot.
Good shot.
Great night here in Maryland. Ended with 9 red fox and 2 really large ones. We have 2 jumbos, 2 of the biggest that we've ever shot, and 9 total for the night. It was an excellent night, very exciting. We called in probably maybe 11. We ended up getting 9, so very successful night, and you couldn't ask for anything better. A week after the red fox hunt in Maryland, Ryan and I went up to central New York to target coyotes and red fox. This is the first set of the night here in central New York, and we're set up. We're using a soft bird sound, and we were on stand for only 2 minutes. Now the wind is blowing to my left, and you can see from the cameraman, he's using night vision on the camera, and then when I see the coyote, he switches over to regular, and you can see that the lights are red. And there was about a 10-mile-an-hour wind, it was snowing and cold, and that coyote came charging in within the first 2 minutes of calling. It was angling downwind to try to get our scent, but I was able to make the shot, and you can hear the impact of that bullet.
One down.
Holy man, was that exciting. The very first stand of the night, and within the first 2 minutes,
we had eyes right in front of us, and they were charging in. We were using a bird sound on very low volume, and I'm sure that coyote heard that from a long distance. And as those eyes were approaching, they were angling to my left. And the reason that coyote was doing that is the wind is blowing down to my left, and that coyote was trying to get my scent. And after a few seconds, I was able to put the gun light on it, and we started to bark. Myself and Ryan were barking, trying to get it to stop. And we finally, after several barks, got it to stop, and that's all it took. 3 or 4 seconds, I was able to get the crosshairs on it and make the shot, and we got one coyote down. Yeah, female coyote, unbelievable. She came in within the first 2 minutes of calling, and she angled downwind. She almost got our scent. I'd say within another probably 15 seconds she would have had our scent, but I was able to get her lit up with our new GL 300 gun light, and 200 yards away, and I was able to make a shot with no problem. Non-lighter reticle scope. This is just a regular $150, $200 scope, and we were able to make a clean, clear shot. I was able to see it was a coyote, put the crosshairs on it, and make the kill.
In the Maryland hunt, and also the hunt here in central New York, we're utilizing the GL 300 gun light, and we're using it in the red color. And the advantage of having the GL 300 is very similar to our F6 light. It's just a little tighter beam, and you get a longer distance, so you can identify your target at those longer ranges. And the nice thing about the Night Eyes lights is there's no focusing, there's no adjusting anything. You just put it on the gun, it lines up with the crosshairs, and you activate the silent switch, look through the scope, and make your shot. Things are exciting when you're out there, and they happen very fast, so you don't need to be adjusting anything. Just turn it on and shoot. On the second set of the night here in central New York, we were walking in, and this is where it's important, as I stated. When you're walking into your stand, scan with your scan light. I was able to see a set of eyes out there at about 200 yards with the scan light at only 40%. I stood up, turned on the GL 300, could see it was a coyote. It angled down to our left, came in about 20, 30 yards closer, and I was able to make an offhand shot at about 170 yards. He's down. Okay, it's a male coyote. Second stand of the night. We didn't even get into our stand, and as we were walking in, I saw a set of eyes that about maybe 180 yards out, and I said, that's definitely not a deer, because with my scan light set at 40%, a deer's eyes are pink and very dim. These were very bright. I put the crosshairs on, shaking a little bit. Once I got the crosshairs where I saw the fur right around the neck area, I pulled the trigger and down he went. It was an unbelievable night here in central New York. After the first 2 kills of coyotes, we were able to make one more kill on a mangy coyote. Couldn't get the camera on it in time because it came in so fast, and then we were able to end the night with 2 more red fox. So we had 3 coyotes and 2 red fox here in central New York in one night. Unbelievable. It was so exciting. I just can't wait to come back.
USOC Adventures TV loves to give away free trips and free gear. For today's product giveaway segment, courtesy of Moonshine Camo, we have 3 Muddy Girl lunch coolers we're giving away. Simply email me, dan@myusoc.com, and enter the keywords lunch cooler. To see if you're one of the winners for one of the 3 Muddy Girl lunch coolers, go to myusoc.com later this week to see if you are a winner. USOC Adventures TV is brought to you in part by Niagara Falls, USA, where adventure comes naturally. Adirondack Outdoors Magazine. Subscribe online today. Raptor Razor, your big game skinner kit. The QuickSight Elite, putting your target in our sight quickly and easily every time. Game Sled. This product eliminates the strain on your back. great hunting, Joe. You got 15 red fox, 3 coyotes in 3 nights between Maryland and New York. Is there any other advice you want to give viewers about predator hunting at night?
Yes. One thing that's extremely important is your scan light. A lot of these were harvested because we used our scan light appropriately. Set it at a lower brightness. We were setting ours at 40%, and it's important that you scan on the way into your stand and on the way out. Remember, you're going into your stands and the places you're hunting because there's predators there. So they're probably already out. Some of them may be already there feeding. So as you're scanning and you're walking into your stands, you may run across them and see them, as you saw in today's show. We have a few of those, especially the really big coyote we shot. You know, we walked in and he was already out there feeding, and we were able to go ahead and make a shot and make a good kill.
Another thing, folks, you might be interested in becoming a dealer for Joe. Go to the website at nighteyeslights.com. You'll get more information there. He has dealers around the country. And thanks again for watching our show. We'll see you next week. And please get out there and enjoy the great outdoors.